Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Saturday to you. This is Bradley Sutton from Helium 10, and we are live on YouTube. And this is the AMA, Ask Me Anything. And I have another window going here where I can hear myself, so I got to figure out what's going on here. There we go. Let me turn this off. There we go. All right, we're good to go. So, guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to mostly be focusing on the questions we've been getting that we haven't got to in our Facebook lives and our other YouTube lives. But if you're on here live, I know I didn't announce this. I just went live right here. Just post right there to your right. I think I'm pointing to your right. It's kind of opposite when I have this camera going. But there should be a chat window. You have to have a Gmail account logged in as a Gmail account on YouTube in order to make comments, but you'll be able to make comments right there. And as I see them, I will get to it. But most of this is going to be all about getting to the questions that I have not been able to get to live. So thank you guys very much. It's been a momentous couple of weeks here at Helium 10. We relaunched Cerebro, newly updated, amazing new keywords and visibility that you now have. Same thing with Magnet. We have new data points that we're showing in Magnet. We've got new search volume estimates. We totally revamped hijacker alerts and rebranded it as alerts. Lots of cool stuff the last couple of weeks, and we're just getting started. There's going to be a lot of amazing things that are coming up, and make sure to stay tuned to both YouTube and Facebook to be the first to know about these. So let me go ahead and get right into the questions. Again, as you guys come on, go ahead and post to the right or your right your comments. All right. The first question is, this is from Jake. By the way, I see Alejandro's already on. Alejandro, I'm doing good. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. All right, this is from Jake. It says, thoughts on the current status of two-step URLs in terms of ranking effectiveness. Jake, I just did a three-part blog on this, and there's a lot of talk about this, but in my opinion, the two-step URLs that are working best right now are the brand two-step URL and the field ASIN, and the ones that are hidden keyword and the one that is what is it called? Storefront. Those are not working that great in my test, but I've heard other people it's working for, but I can only tell you what I personally have done. And so that's the answer to that question. So thank you very much, Jake. Emil, how's it going? Kevin, what's up? Good afternoon to you guys. Thank you for joining me on a Saturday afternoon. Here in Southern California, it's actually raining. I actually, let me just see. I think I already deleted it, but let me just show you something that you never see if you live here in California. Hold on, where is this? I must have already deleted it, but I actually got one of those like emergency alert things, and it said, what did it say? It says flash flood warning. I'm like, what is this? I live in California. Flash flood warning. What's going on? But anyways, flash flood warning for people who live here in California. So take that for what it's worth. All right, let me take a look here. There we go. I got the questions here. Oh man, we're already getting questions here. You guys are not even gonna let me get to the old questions, huh? All right, this is from Zvika. When using Pinterest to advertise my product, should I use two-step URL or a URL without keywords? I'm afraid to get a lot of clicks without sales and ruin my conversion rate. If that's the case, those are two completely separate things. All right. In my opinion, always use two-step as long as it is not going to send them into a search where they can't find your product anywhere. If you have a chance to send outside traffic to Amazon and you need help in keywords, absolutely use a two-step URL. You might want to use the brand URL, but don't worry too much about your conversion rate or ruining your conversion rate. If you're worried about that, then there's another issue, because this is, it doesn't matter if you have a two-step URL or a regular URL. If people are going to click, if people are going to buy your product, they're going to buy it. If they don't, they're not, regardless of how they got there. All right. Thank you for that question. Alejandro says, have you ever done electronics on Amazon? If so, have you ever had issues getting the proper certifications to sell? Some of my clients did, but never any problem with the certifications. But things are getting more and more difficult ever since the hoverboard fiasco. And now, there's UL certifications and all those things. And sometimes people stay away from it because of that. So just because of that, that might actually be a good market to get into, because most people are reluctant and are too lazy to go through the certification process. All right. So if you are able to do that, then that's a competitive advantage for you. Adam says, "Hey Bradley, hope you're doing fine. I have a question about a new Cerebro. My goodness, I swear I was going to do regular backlogged questions, but you guys have so many questions here. That's fine. That's fine. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I have a question about new Cerebro. There's no more exact search results. What do you recommend to look for as a key indicator when doing a keyword research? Well, what you see now, the search, I'm assuming you mean search exact phrase search volume. The search volume that you see now is based off of exact phrase search volume, historical exact phrase search volume. It's not based off of the broad. So what you're seeing is similar to what you would have seen if we still had the exact phrase search volume. So if search volume is super important to you for prioritizing your keywords, which ones you're going to pick, absolutely continue to use that. Wow. Okay. So it is raining pretty hard out there. This is very strange for California. Wow. Anyways. Okay. Let's keep going here. Zvika says, another way to ask, what is more important, sales velocity or conversion rate? Zvika, there are many factors that go into your keyword ranks. All right. But at the end of the day, what does Amazon like the most? Do they like it when you add to cart? Of course, they like it when a customer adds to the cart, but does Amazon get any money when they add to cart? Does Amazon like it when a buyer hovers with their mouse over a certain product or scrolls up and down and reads the whole page? Of course, they love that, But at the end of the day, if somebody's just scrolling around, does that get Amazon their 15%? No. What gets Amazon their 15% is the sale. So eventually, you need to get the sales that come from searches from keywords, and if you're doing that, Amazon's going to reward you because remember the only way they can make money. I don't even sound right English. What am I talking about? Anyways, the only way you can make money, or the only way Amazon can make money, is if you sell a product. All right. So that's the key right there, sales. All right. I don't know about this. I'm going to check something real quick, guys. Bear with me. I don't like the what do you call it? Hold on. I'm trying to fix the resolution here. I'm a little bit grainy here. Guys got to be able to see all my pimples and freckles and things. All right. Anyways, as I'm trying to fix the back end of this, let me check the rest of these questions. David says, greetings from Vegas. David, how's it going? We will be at Prosper Show in Vegas in next month. Let us know if you're going to be there. I might actually be going to Vegas myself on a little mini vacation in a couple weeks. So if I'm able to meet up with some of you guys in Vegas, we'll get a little meet together for sure. Alejandro says, it is a good market, just expensive to get the UL. So yeah, you were talking about the UL. Yes, it is. It's very expensive. And also another thing you have to think about when dealing with electronics is your return rate, and customer service. Remember, when you're doing FBA, what happens is Amazon, whoops, what am I doing right now? Amazon, is supposed to handle all your customer service. Do they really know your product that intimately? Not. A lot of times they have any issue with it, they're going to return it. So your return rates might be a little bit high. So keep that in mind. All right, let me check what else is going here. Kevin says, sometimes or some items in black box, I was searching and had different results on Amazon. I showed a lot of sales on black box, but on Amazon I had close to no sales when I checked more into it. Does this happen sometimes? Yeah, Kevin, that's one of the advantages of black box. Actually, we're not showing you only live data, but things that we have detected in the last month or so. So there could have been a product that was selling well, but now maybe the main seller went out of stock. All right, the main seller went out of stock, and so on Amazon it seems like it's a nothing product, but we show that there is, let me see, stream. Oh, I'm not able to add the stream optimization. All right, guys. So you guys are stuck with this grainy version. I apologize about that. All right. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, this was Kevin. Yeah, so you are actually able to see, you're able to see products that have been selling well, that maybe they have even gone out of stock, but we still show it in black box. So absolutely, that is a very normal thing to show, because not all sellers keep things in stock. And some sellers get things suspended, and all of a sudden now it's an inactive listing, all right, or a variation goes out of stock, but we show all of that in black box. Adam says, what campaign bidding strategy do you use between dynamic bids? Down only, dynamic bids up, and down fixed bids when you do PPC? I don't deal with that at all. Even when I was doing Amazon consulting, I didn't do PPC much. And of course now, I'm not doing Amazon consulting. All I do is testing, and PPC is not one of the ones that I test too much. Not one of the ones I test too much. So sorry, I can't help you with that. But I've been watching what's going on in the space, and there's a lot of people who are having success with the dynamic up bid, like lowering their bid and then we just got to be really careful. Now they can go up to like 600%. You start at $2, you can get pretty ridiculous charge if you're not careful with that. So just be careful. David says, what's the best way to investigate if a seller's sales are coming from external traffic? David, a lot of ways that you could see that is, if they have a high estimate of sales, right? Whatever tool you're using estimates them selling 1, 2, 3, 4,000 units a month, then do a Cerebro search on what their main keywords are. So if they're not really ranked on page 1 for a lot of non-branded keywords, all right, then yeah, you can pretty much guarantee that they're getting a lot of outside traffic. And then research them, Google them, Facebook them. If they have tons of activity that you can see, on their webpage, then obviously they're getting a lot of outside traffic. Or if you find their Facebook, right, on Facebook, you can see what a page's ads, what ads they're running. Did you know that? You can do that on Facebook. So see what ads they're running. It's not difficult to find out what someone's strategy is for outside traffic, especially when it comes to Facebook. Adam says, I'm in LA. Bradley, is there any page I can check on to see the events you'll be attending to? Not right now. I don't have any upcoming. There was only the Prosper show in Vegas, and I just came back from one I did in New York. So if we're going to have a Helium 10 social soon, especially once we move into our new office. So be on the lookout for that. Alejandro says, since I still have not got to only 2 questions from the backlogs. You guys are great. You guys, I'm not complaining, guys. This is cool. All right. Alejandro says, since Amazon shut down the broad and exact searches, how does Helium 10 get their data now? How accurate is it? We have the most historical data out there because we were one of the first ones, or we were the first major tool to show exact phrase search volume 16 months ago when it first came out. So we were gathering data since then. So we have the most data in our database for this. So everybody right now, what they're doing is they're basing it off of historical search values along with other metrics, possibly, same as us. So could one be right, one be wrong, or one closer to what's actual? I'm sure, but it's not that big of a deal because I doubt any tool out there, either us or our competitors, are using some metric that's so terrible that it's going to change the prioritization. I mean, maybe one says 55,000, one says 45,000. You might think, wow, 10,000 is a big difference. But if you're talking about prioritization, what does that even matter? Collagen peptides is 55. Another one says collagen peptides is 55. The first one says collagen powder is 65. The other one says it's 55. You still see that there's a difference in the priority right there, but it doesn't matter if the estimation is off between X tool and Y tool. The prioritization still should be around the same. All right. Yuri says, hello, didn't expect to see you on a Saturday. Así es, Yuri. Yo siempre estoy trabajando todos los 7 días de la semana. How's it going there in Mexico City? Please, I might go there this month. They always invite me. Do you know what, Yuri, do you know what EDC Mexico is? Un festival, un concierto de música electrónica que los últimos 2 años he ido, pero este año no sé si voy a ir. But if I go, Yuri, I'll be sure to look you up, all right? Anyways, finally I can get back to my original questions here. All right. This is from Pavel from Poland, from rainy Poland. He says, wow, rainy in Poland and in the USA or in California. I cannot edit my bullet points in my listings. I've received information from Amazon that in the shoes category, they apply what's called feature bullet points and the system provides a type of sole. Is there any sense to fill and optimize these fields in the listing panel then? Do these fields still have any search value? Very good point, Pavel. So there are some bullet points that are locked in, but there still should be some bullet points even in the shoe category that you're able to edit. So try to edit all of them and keep trying. And then what I would do is have a word that's just in the bullet points, okay? And that you don't see as showing up on the public page, but then run index checker with Helium 10, run index checker to see if you're indexed. Because remember, like for example, in categories that allow you to have EBC, enhanced brand content, once you put the EBC, your old description is hidden, but a lot of times that old description is still indexed. So check that if that's the case, Pavel. If you have a bullet point that's not showing up on the main page, check if you're indexed, because if you're indexed for it, then that means even though you can't see it, you're being indexed for it. Terry says, what is the best type of product URL to share on your brand's Facebook page? What won't get blocked? Nothing will get blocked on Facebook unless it's a product that they don't like you advertising for, like they don't like diet pills being advertised for, or like adult products, I believe. But the best type of product URL, it differs for every product. But again, if you're talking 2 steps, the ones that I've been using lately are brand URL and field ASIN URL. Dave says, in your experience, how are Cerebro giveaway estimates altered when ranking during the holiday system? Well, if it's regardless of the season, Cerebro numbers or CPR numbers go up or down based on the search volume. So during Christmas time, toys and Christmas related products are going to have a higher CPR number. During the summertime, Christmas related products will have a very low CPR number. So that's kind of the way it works. Ryan says, at what time does it become less effective to do a giveaway? I'm considering using a launch service to do a giveaway, but my products have already been listed for 6 weeks. Will it still be a giveaway or an effective if I do a giveaway after 6 to 8 weeks? Yes, it will. I mean, the numbers that you see for CPR are based on if it's an older listing. If it's a brand new listing within the 3 or 4 weeks, yes, it is more effective. Not necessarily more effective, but you are able to give away less products to get the same results. In other words, like let's say the CPR number is 100. You might be able to get away with 50. You might be able to get away with 50 during this honeymoon period. All right, what we call honeymoon period. All right, let's see if there's any other questions here. Adam says, do you not recommend PPC as a strategy to be ranked for keywords? No, absolutely you can do PPC to be ranked for keywords. I know people who do that a lot. It's just a little bit longer. It takes a little bit longer to do that, but it is definitely a strategy that many people use. And Alejandro, do you know of any Facebook advertising courses or material? There was one I took, just a small one. I forgot what it is. I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. My buddy Leron was doing a webinar with them too. Anyways, yeah, I'm sorry. There was one I took, but now for whatever reason, the name escapes. Manuel Suarez. I think it's that. Manuel Suarez. I took that. I only went through half because I got lazy. But Manuel Suarez has a good course. Juan says, what is the best way to launch your product during the week of Thanksgiving? There's no, I mean, no matter when you're launching, you use the same strategies. All right. It's not like one strategy is better at one time of year and another. So use the same way, whether you're going to do PPC, whether you're going to do a giveaway launch, whatever method you use, it works throughout the entire year. Vicky says, hello, Helium 10. I love all of Helium 10. Thank you, Vicky. Please, can you help me out? Would you recommend using phrases or individual words as keywords? For example, would you enter gluten-free as a phrase along with gluten-free wafers and gluten-free snacks, or combine to gluten-free wafers snacks? All right, I'm not sure what you mean, Vicky. If you're talking about how to write your listing, all right, if you're talking about how to write your listing, then what you do is you pick like the 10 or 15 most important, the ones that you think are the most important phrases, okay? Most important phrases. And then make sure, yes, those get put in phrase form in your listing, all right? And then the rest of it, it can just be all over the place. It can be gluten one place, free in another place, and actually free, I don't think Amazon usually likes, but snacks in one place, wafers in another place, as you'll be indexed for the phrases. But for the most important ones, make sure they are in phrase form. In my testing that I've shown, that actually is pretty important. Scott B says, do you find that an increased discount amount may not give as much ranking as lower discount? How does this affect overall launch strategy? That's an excellent question, Scott. Yes, I have seen that. Like, for example, if you only give away a 10% discount, it's going to count, or it seems to count more as opposed to a 90% discount. Other people say that 60% change is different from 90%. That I don't have enough data to show. But of course, one thing that nobody questions is the fact that a full price sale counts for more than a discounted sale. So at the end of the day, keep that in mind. Kim says, hey, my business is growing steadily with Amazon PPC and organic. I'm wondering, how can I get it into Excel even faster? I thought you were talking about Microsoft Excel, but I think you mean like Excel, like do better. Okay. If you're growing steady, be happy with that. All right. But if you're itching to, get more capital to launch more products, then you could do giveaways in order to get to the top of pages that you're positive you can convert well on. But if you've got steady growth, I would say just be happy with that. Don't try, if it's not broke, don't try and fix it. In other words, right? Egan says, I have enough product in stock at Amazon to do a proper launch now with my Q4 replenishment in order in transit. What? Would you recommend waiting until Amazon processes and the new order to do my launch? Okay, I have enough products in stock at Amazon to do a proper launch. It depends, Keegan. think of the best case scenario. All right. I wouldn't wait if I were you. I just go ahead and do it. And then if you do run out, you run out. As long, I mean, just close your listing. You're not going to lose your ranking too hard. All right. So if you run out, close your listing, wait till your new product comes in. Either way, you're going to be fine. But if you're not going to start now, then keep your entire listing closed. Because remember, if this is a brand new listing, you want to maintain that honeymoon period. So keep your listing closed until you are ready to launch. But you can absolutely launch now if you're confident you have enough. But just knowing that even if you run out, you'll still be okay. All right. Susie says, does this two-step URL work if you don't have a brand name storefront? Two-step storefront URL, everybody has. I mean, a storefront, everybody has. All right. If you're talking about the brand name storefront, it doesn't matter. The brand URL has nothing to do with the brand name storefront. And about the timestamp created on the URL, there's no timestamps created on any of the two-step URLs on the URL side. In the back end, of course, they always create a timestamp, but on the actual URL that you're using, there is no timestamp itself. All right, so thank you for that question. Who was that? That was Susie. Let me see. Derek says, hi, how's it going, Derek? All right. Do says, my product randomly stopped exporting to Canada. Any idea? Let me know what you're talking about, Do. Are you talking about from Amazon FBA USA they can't do it, or you're not able to import to Canada? What does that mean when you said that, Do? All right. Emily says, can I make use of an affiliate link to earn extra 10% for launch and get the ranking boost at the same time? I don't think so. Amazon does not like that, from what I hear. So no, you can't be an Amazon affiliate and try and get money on top of your what you're selling. So Do says, all right, yeah, Do, I'm not sure, but Do, answer me this. Why don't you just use Amazon Canada in order to fulfill your product? Why do you only want to do Amazon USA? Why not try Amazon Canada? And then I guarantee it's cheaper and easier for the customers to order from there. Jose says, how to launch a product on Amazon now? Tons of different ways, Jose. We've been talking about that a lot. You can use PPC. You can use the giveaway method. You could just do it organically. Like there's a podcast coming up with Kevin King on that. A lot of different ways. Nierenda says, I would like to know what Helium 10 is. Nierenda, Helium 10 is an all-in-one suite of tools for Amazon sellers. That's the best value. That is the most reliable. And the, what else? We're the most everything. All right. Like whatever good adjective you can think of, that's us. There's another adjective that Matt usually uses. This is why I need Matt. Most reliable, best value, and I forget. But like I said, any good adjective you can think of, that's us. All right. We've got the most data out there. Like for example, in Blackbox, we have over 450 million products in our database. So anything that you possibly need as an Amazon seller, it's in our tool suite. Thank you, Nirenda. Let's see. Do says no market for my niche. Well, Do, that almost doesn't make sense because you're saying that you want to sell to Canada, or now you're being stopped from selling to Canada. So if you have customers in Canada, then absolutely sell in Canada. But if you don't have any customers in Canada, then it shouldn't matter to you that you can't ship to Canada. So if you don't want to do the hassle of setting up FBA in Canada, just do fulfill by merchant from Canada. Have the products in your warehouse, and then if Amazon FBA doesn't do it, have a duplicate fulfill by merchant SKU in your own store in Amazon USA. And then it's going to be an option for the people who want to order from Canada. You fulfill the order yourself and you ship it to them there. Derek says, are you an Amazon seller? No, I am not. I've actually never had my own private label product, and I do not sell on Amazon. Alejandro says, how accurate is information in Blackbox for Canada? The data is more accurate for the UK and Europe. I mean, everything is similar. All right. I mean, everything is based on Amazon data. It's not like we're doing crazy, we're pulling information from other marketplaces or something like that. So you can trust the data there. I mean, that's, the BSR of a product. I mean, that is what it is. How many stars a product has. It is what it is. What the dimensions are. I mean, that's just the product from Amazon. So it's not like it's more or less accurate in one place or the other. And Derek says, Helium 10 is awesome. Derek, you're awesome. Let's see. Where are you from, Derek? What's your last name? Lee? Are you Korean? Derek says, just canceled subscription for Jungle Scout and Merchant Wars. All right. And Adam is retracting all his messages, it says here. So I don't even know what Adam's trying to say here. Kevin says, is black box the only way you recommend to do product research? Is there any other way that you would say? No, of course, there's not the only way to do product research. It's the best way, in my opinion, allowing me to use filters and different searching scenarios that just are not available to the naked eye. All right. So like, I can't just go on Amazon and figure out how much people are selling, but there's a lot of different ways you can find product niches. Sometimes you might go to Google Trends and find a trending keyword and then just look it up on Amazon. There's nothing wrong with that. But if there's a better way to on your own to search for products selling between a certain price and selling so many units a month with only this many stars, there's no better way than black box. Derek is Korean. 안녕하세요. What else can I say in Korean? 저는 Bradley입니다. 밥 주세요. Let me know if I said those things right, Derek. All right. But he's in Germany. Wiener Schnitzel 주세요. 배고파. And he says, I'm a member of the Facebook group. All right, cool. All right. How's my Korean, Derek? I did Spanish today. I did Korean today. What else? Any Japanese people on the broadcast today? I can do a little Japanese. MJ says, can you rank to the first page without giveaways? Absolutely. Most people will get to the first page without giveaways. I mean, the people who do giveaways is a very small selection of sellers on Amazon. And can you still rank organically without doing giveaways? Absolutely, MJ. Ron says, is there a way in... alerts question. Nice. Is there a setting in alerts to choose which items to track for hijackers? Now it shows all items that have multiple sellers as hijackers. Oh, what? Not all listings with multiple sellers are hijacked. Well, that part hasn't changed. What it's doing is it's showing if you have up or down number in sellers. All right. So that's why another reason why we did change it to alerts too, because it's not. We used to have it called hijacker alerts, but sometimes there's a wholesale product or a arbitrage product that has 5 sellers. Well, they're not necessarily hijackers. They're more like what's called piggybackers, right? So either way, we're showing you if the number of sellers goes up or down, because whether you're a private label seller or a wholesale seller, that number is important, or that number has significance. The number of sellers going up or down. Derek says a perfect accent. All right. All right. Good to know my Korean is not bad. Adam says it doesn't allow me to write a long question. That's why you're seeing duplicate messages and I can't remove. No worries. I actually don't see those. So you are removing them, Adam, because I don't even see those questions. Alejandro says your Spanish Castellano is pretty good. I can't do the Castellano that good. The Spanish like vos quieres algo? I can't even say. I can't do the Castellano Spanish. I can just do like Mexican Spanish. I'm not Mexican, but I'm actually Filipino. But anyways, there's your Bradley Heritage lesson of the day. Rich says, why is Helium 10 product research only 10 pages? Super disappointing and deal breaker. It's on purpose, Rich, because if you are doing product research, you want the most laser focused results that you can get. And so we limit it to 200, and that's an indication that you need to narrow your search. I mean, we've got 18, I believe, different filters that you could use at least. And every time that I do it, very rarely do I get over 200 because I really narrow it down. And then when I do get over 200, I'm like, okay, that means I can go even more narrow because we save all of the searches. So now you have a search under this parameter. Maybe you had 150 results. Now I want to search on this parameter, 150 results. So yeah, if you're using it for another purpose, as opposed to trying to find product targeting, or as opposed to trying to find opportunity on Amazon, then yeah, you might have to find a different tool, because this is designed for that. And there's not really a use case where you're going to want something over 200 cases when you're trying to find one product niche. I mean, if you only find one at a time, that would be an issue. But every time I have tried to find a product, it's always within, under 200 results. Otherwise, I need to narrow it down a little bit more. Derek says, small request for X-ray. Can you stay the result as long as you don't refresh the searching page? Can you stay the result as long as you don't refresh the searching page? I'm trying to think what you're saying, Derek. Either way, Derek, whatever you're asking, I'm not the one to give it to. Send that suggestion into support@helium10.com. Attention suggestions, and we tally everything. Every single tool we've come up with, every little tweak comes from you guys. So we listen to our users. Kevin says, how do you find Google Trends keyword searches? I only use it to search a trend for a keyword, but how do you do vice versa? That is what I'm talking about, Kevin. Like looking at, like for example, fidget spinner, in Google Trends, and then trying to find related keywords to it or trending words that are going up. That's I don't use that method, but that's what I've other people use that method. There's something recently that got launched on Amazon. A lot of people have brand analytics reports now, and that's another way that you can get trending keywords. You can see what's going up and down. Adam says, let's say our product is tactical flashlight. Should we write tactical flashlight, tactical red flashlight, tactical green flashlight, or tactical flashlight red green as a search terms? If you're talking about in the back end search terms, hopefully you shouldn't even have to put tactical flashlight, because tactical flashlight probably should be already in your title, probably in your bullet points. Search terms I always keep for words that I just haven't been able to put in other places. Now in the subject matter is a place where I do like to duplicate my most important search phrases. So if tactical red flashlight is my product and that's a really important keyword, yeah, I might duplicate that in the search in the subject matter in the back end. All right, back to our other questions here. Let's go. Why am I bending over? Now my neck is all done. It's probably because of this microphone is far away. All right, here we go. This is from Tony. Tony says, after running Cerebro and figuring out my keywords, I want to use PPC campaigns. I was wondering, should I include keywords that I already index for, or just the keywords that I am not currently indexing for? No, yeah, for PPC manual campaigns, it has to be what you're indexed for, Tony. Bottom line, you got to be indexed for it for you to run a manual campaign. I've asked months ago for people to show me an example of one that they're not indexed for and they can run a manual campaign, and nobody has given me that yet. So until somebody finds that for me, I'm going to continue to say that. Alex says, hey guys, I noticed that sometimes you don't take one-word keywords under consideration. Is there something bad with them? Not necessarily, but in some categories, it just doesn't make sense. Like, let's say I have I'm trying to think, phone case, in the phone case category, what one-word keyword could possibly somebody search for wanting to have a phone case? Nothing. I mean, if I'm searching for a phone case, it's probably at least 3 words, iPhone phone case or iPhone case, at least 2 words, right? So yeah, nothing wrong with one-word keywords. There's some that are fine, like collagen. Maybe some people want to find collagen peptides. They just search collagen. That works, right? Chaudhry says, how can I actively be part of your podcast? Do you tell beforehand? We have a new podcast that's going to come out, Serious Sellers Podcast. That'll be available really soon, guys, in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for that. And Joe says, what is the 10% off coupon code? We have a 10% off coupon code that we give guys on our AMAs. It's called AMA10. All capitals AMA and the number 10, no spaces. And you can get that off of your annual plan if you're a new user. Rowie says, on the URL you provided, out of the 4, which one provide better ranking? For me, the brand URL and field async URLs give the best ranking of the 2 steps. Daniel says, question regarding FBA warehouse storage fees. This screenshot is in black box. Is that cost calculated as the product dimensions itself per 1,000 units? Obviously, this is a long question, Daniel. Obviously. All right, Daniel, I really have no idea what you're talking about here, but if you want a good calculator on what your FBA warehouse storage fees might be based on the size of your package and based on the length of time that you plan on it being in Amazon before you can turn that inventory over, absolutely use the Helium 10 Chrome extension profitability calculator. You can go to any product page on Amazon, hit the Chrome extension at the top, and then hit profitability calculator. Kiran says, I want to learn more about Facebook ads. So do I. Not just joking, but no, I'm not joking. But yeah, we all would. That's a very good way to learn about doing products on Amazon or on Facebook, to go to Amazon. And there's actually a nice blog about that on Helium 10. Go to the helium10.com/blog. Look up their Facebook ads, and you'll see a cool blog by John Hoff. He doesn't work for us, but he's a outside contributor, and he gave a good blog about that. Wei says, how do I use AWS to send installation videos to customers so video link won't get blocked by Amazon? That is a good point. Didn't know that YouTube videos are blocked by Amazon. Are you sure? I'm not positive that is the case. If it is, what you could do is you can upload that to the related videos section on a listing, right? And then give your customer that link. I doubt Amazon would block that. Question here by Matt. I'm using keyword tracker with Boost and checking often. When I click the icon to take me to the Amazon search to verify my ASIN position, I find that more often than not, the keyword rank value is quite inaccurate. It seems unalignable. Well, that is inaccurate, Matt. What we are getting is from Amazon. So you need to look at the video in keyword tracker that says, why does my keyword rank fluctuate? Because remember, you could have 10 different browsers, 10 different locations, and people could see your product in 10 different positions. Obviously, when we're going out there and checking, it's only one position at one specific time. We don't make it up. I mean, we're literally getting that in an Amazon search. All right. So what you need to do is watch that video to understand why that happens. All right, some more questions here. Do says, how much do you find your conversion rate increases once you get brand registered? That's something I have never tested. I can't imagine that it changes at all, really, unless you start using things that come with brand registry. So yeah, I'm going to say that. I would say it changes 0% once you get brand registered if you don't do anything different with your listing. But when you are brand registered, now you can put videos in your listing. That's going to help your conversion rate. Now you can do enhanced brand content. That's going to give you a better conversion rate. Adam says, that's what Kevin King also says, but for some departments, for example, clothing, there is no subject matter. Absolutely. There is no subject matter in clothing. But still, I'm not going to repeat. I'm usually not going to repeat phrases in these search terms. If it's important enough for me to repeat, I'm going to do it right there in the front end of the listing. Derek says, when a sale is made through a super link, I'm assuming you mean like a two-step URL, does Amazon algorithm see it as an organic search? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it depends on the kind of URL. If it's a brand URL, it doesn't count for as much as a full. I can't imagine. I mean, it is what it is. It counts in Amazon for what it is, which is a search made for under a brand. I mean, that's an actual legitimate search. There are people who go on Amazon and check the Nike brand and do a search for a certain shoe in the Nike brand. I mean, that's a search. Now, does that count for as much as, if somebody's just searching the shoe organically 100% without the brand? Probably not. That doesn't make sense if it would. But yeah, that's the case. Ron says, look at alerts icon box on the main dashboard. It lists 3 metrics. Metric 2, multiple sellers, and metric 3, hijack, are always the same number for me. Some ASINs I expect multiple sellers on. They are not hijacked. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me see here if I have any alerts set up here on this account. I do not have alerts set up on this account, so let me try another account. So Ron, are you talking about on the product that you're already tracking, or just in the dashboard itself? Let me know on the alerts dashboard itself. Because if you go to the alerts dashboard itself there in Helium 10 and you are tracking things, there are 3 different icons, right? Like the buy box, and there's also monitored, right? And then there is buy box lost, on the right side, 7-day changes, product title change, buy box lost, number of sellers changed. But which one are you talking about? Are you talking about event history? Let me know what you're talking about, Ron. Main dashboard. The main dashboard? What do you mean main dashboard, Ron? Are you talking about where it says new and then it says alerts, like on the tool, like where it says keyword tracker, inventory protector, and those things? Let me know if that's what you're talking about. And meantime, Roland says, when are we going to have the podcast or live about how to rank organically? There are a lot of promotions inside Amazon that nobody talks about that gives you a strategic edge. Well, any kind of promotion is not necessarily organic, so that would be a separate conversation, Roland. But yes, we have one of Kevin King that's coming up where he talks about how he did one with no PPC. He did one with no giveaways, and he was able to get to page 1 for his keyword. Edward says, let me ask a better question. Wait, Edward, I don't see any question. that you have asked today. So this is the first question I'm seeing from you, Edward. Anyways, it says, what advice would you recommend for finding great products to sell? For me, what is the main thing that I look for is I look for something already selling well, meaning that there's demand for it. And then despite that they're selling well, there are indications that could mean less competition or bad competition, such as low number of reviews, such as bad star score on the reviews, maybe non-optimized listing, etc. So that's what I'm looking for. Things that there's demand for, but has these things wrong with it. All right. And Jonathan says, hey, I just realized that you were live. Hopefully you're live for some time. I've been live for about 50 minutes, so we probably are only going to be on here like another 15 minutes. But I'm glad you have joined us, Jonathan. All right. Derek says, what's the main difference between search term and keyword? They're all different. They mean different things to different people. Okay. So for example, a keyword can be any word in your listing. So technically it might be a word that nobody has ever searched for. So is it a search term? Maybe not. All right. But those kind of vocabulary questions, Derek, I mean, it could mean three different things to three different people. All right. One thing, I'm not sure if this is what you were asking about, Ron, but you could have number of sellers on a ASIN that's number of sellers change, like maybe be 1 or something like that, but then it's still hijacked, products with multiple sellers. No, I'm sorry. It could be products with multiple sellers 0, but then there could be a hijacked 1. Well, if it's your item, but you're out of stock, and then there's a seller on there, well, that's not a multiple seller, right? So that's going to be 0, but it will say yes for hijack because you're not the seller on there. Let me know if that makes sense. All right. I think maybe that was what you were asking about, Ron. Edward says, my wife has made a bet with me because I use Helium 10 and she uses Jungle Scout to find products that we can find wholesalers. Any tips on finding good products to wholesale? It depends. If you have a wholesale list already of a certain brand, well, you would use Helium 10 black box in order to put the brand name in the title and then see what comes up, which products come up that are selling well, right? Or that even come up on Amazon at all in certain price ranges. But without a brand name to start, you're kind of looking blind. The other way is, what are some top selling products? This is a search you can do in black box. What are some top selling products that have at least 5 sellers or something? Usually those are arbitrage or wholesale. That might be able to find you some. And then you look, well, are there any brands that come up that you have good wholesale deals on? But overall, I just went to a show or conference this week. Wholesale arbitrage is going down. All right. Even the people who are 7, 8-figure sellers in there, they've seen the writing on the wall just due to Amazon restrictions and the competition, and also brand gating that's happening for bigger brands. And they're trying to develop their private label brands. So keep that in mind. Still do wholesale as long as you're doing it, but at the same time, try and maybe set up your own private label business that can be increasing while wholesale goes down. All right. Jonathan says, you've said that using when EBC, you should still keep the long description in the back end. Correct. Because the last I checked, that is still indexed, because while EBC is not indexed in Amazon. Jordan says, what is happening? Jordan, I don't know what's happening. It's raining here. Crazy things are happening. Derek says, in Amazon, they have these separated terms, comma, comma. I don't know what that means, Derek. I think your message got chopped off. Jonathan says, so in that case, can I simply copy and paste all of the keywords I get from Cerebro in the long description without having to make it readable? I mean, you could, of course, you could, but why would you want to do that? Don't do that. That's keyword stuffing. You got to make things good for the customers. Now, if you're talking about just stuffing it there, if you have EBC, then yeah, you could do that because nobody ever sees it. So if you have EBC and you just want to get indexed, try that. I'd be curious to see if it works, stuff them. I believe how much? I think it's like 2,000 characters index, if I'm not mistaken, in your description. So give it a try and then run an index checker and see if Amazon is okay with that. They of course would not be okay with that if you had your description visible, but maybe they're okay with it if it doesn't. Photo Dog says, should I wait until my trademark is approved by US PTO so I can brand register it before I list my customized product? Yeah, it depends. I mean, you could list your product now. It just, you can't apply for brand registry until you get that US PTO registration number. Ron says, thank you. Helium 10 is a great product. Ron, thank you. Ron is a great customer. Alejandro says it's negative 25 in Canada right now. I wish I was enjoying the California rain. Yeah, Alejandro, I can't imagine negative 25, but I was in New York this week and it was negative 20 wind chill factor, so that was intense. Derek says, I just want to let you know I've used Helium 10 for only a week and my sales have gotten so much better. Whoa, that's crazy. Do you have a platinum plan, Derek? Let me know, guys. Who's on live? There's probably only like 10 or 15 of you guys live here. Who here is on the platinum plan? Who here is on the diamond plan? Who here is on the free plan? Who here is on no plan? And by the way, log in because I'm gonna have a contest at the end where you guys give a number, and the one who gets closest to the number is going to win a free Helium 10 shirt like this one. I swear somebody saw somebody walking around back here. Don't know what's going on. Anyways, Jonathan has platinum. Derek has standard. What's standard mean, Derek? We don't have a standard plan. We have platinum, we've got diamond, and we've got the free plan. Edward is on the diamond, all right? Edward, make sure to take advantage of that diamond plan. You get your profits updated every few minutes. You get to have the multiple users, sub-users with visibility. Okay, there's people waving at me from outside here. I don't know what's going on here. All right. People walking in the rain outside my office here. Anyways, Alejandro says he's on the free plan from Kevin King's course. Oh, freedom ticket. That's awesome. It expires in a week. All right, Alejandro, make sure to use one of those coupon codes to sign up. Definitely need it. Derek is on the platinum. Good job, Derek. Kamsamnida. Jonathan says this is the third company I work for that signed up to Helium. Awesome, awesome. Ron is on the diamond plan. Holy cow, Ron is a big baller. All right. Adam says, which one is the $100 one? If you're talking about the $97 one, Adam, that is the platinum plan. So if you're on that, we're gonna have a new plan coming up soon, even higher. It's gonna be kind of like part of a mastermind too. So be on the lookout for that announcement where you're gonna have like chances to get on like really intimate calls with Kevin King and other people, myself. Adam's on that plan. All right, guys, cool. Anyways, let us continue. I got to get to a couple more questions. So we're about to sign off here. There's people wandering outside here in the rain. I don't know what's going on. Joe says, what is the best way to get pre-launch reviews for your product? Can you go through the best strategies to use when putting together your PPC keywords list for your AMZ sponsored ads campaigns? All right, pre-launch reviews. It's tough. There's no way that I can really tell you that is not a gray area. There's people who do stuff that we know is wrong, but the stuff that's blatantly wrong, don't do, guys. Don't even think about doing. What are this? Is like getting people in your own family to review it, or Facebook friends. Amazon in some situations is tracking all this stuff, so definitely be careful about that. All right. Jack says, do you have access to VAs trained on Helium 10 that we can hire? How do you give the VAs access to the account? Jack, that's a great point. You can give VAs access to your full Helium 10 account, or if you're a diamond plan member like Ron is, what you can do is you can actually have sub accounts where you only give them visibility for certain parts. Like maybe you have VAs doing only keyword research. Well, in that case, then go ahead and give them a sub account that only allows them access to Cerebro and Magnet, etc. All right. All right. That's it for the questions from, how many old questions did I get to today? Let's see. One. All right. We got to 27 questions on the old one. And I believe we got to about 33 questions here on live. So actually we got to what's that? 60 questions. We got to 60 questions total. So that's awesome. Thank you guys very much for joining. So let's just go ahead and do a little contest right here. Alejandro says, what's the discount code again? The discount code is AMA10. AMA and the number 10. Jonathan says, are you live tomorrow? Probably not, because tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday and I got a little party at my house. So unless it's like late at night, I probably won't be on tomorrow, but I could be. You never know. All right, guys, what I'm going to do right now is, hold on, let me see if I can find a pen here. All right, I have written a number down between 1 and 20. What I want you guys to do, one by one, start giving me what your guess is. The number is from 1 to 20. I have it written right here. I'm going to keep this here so you know I'm not cheating. 1 to 20, the first person to get it is going to win a free, with shipping paid, shirt of Helium 10, black Helium 10 shirt. I got it here. So start giving me the numbers, guys. It's not 11, Jonathan. All right. It's the first guess. I hope this is going to be, it's not 14. It's not 10. It's not 13. It's not 17. It's not 10. It's not 9. It's not 7. It's not 19. It's not 2. It's not 8. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. It's not 1. Not 6. It's not 20. Not 18. Wow, you guys are terrible. It's not 7. It's not 4. It's not 21. It's only 1 to 20. It's not 18. It's not 20. It's not 6. Come on, guys. It's not 35, David. It's only 1 to 20. It's not 24. David, you're doing crazy number. Oh, Ron's got it. Boom. 16. Ron's got it. Ron won. It is number 16. There you go, guys. It is number 16. All right, Ron, send an email to social@helium10.com. Again, that's social@helium10.com, and say that you won the t-shirt on the YouTube AMA, and give them your full name, your shipping address, and your shirt size, and they'll get that off to you. And if you don't get a reply by Tuesday, please hit up the Facebook. Hit us up on Facebook. All right. Thank you guys very much. Adam, it's already done. We won. Ron won it. All right. Derek, thank you guys. Adam, Veaselav, thank you very much. You got that right, Veaselav too, but you were a little bit later. All right. So thank you guys very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and go Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. And if I go on live, it'll be probably late tomorrow night. So otherwise, we will see you guys on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. for our Facebook Ask Me Anything. Thank you guys very much. Have a great weekend.